Hey, we're here at the site of the Ocean Monmouth Amateur Radio Club, or OMARC, now also the home of the Fort Monmouth Amateur Radio Club. And this is where we had our Jamboree on the Air event for Boy Scouts this weekend. And boy, great weather and a really great location. Where we are is actually part of Camp Evans. It used to be Camp Evans, part of Fort Monmouth, U.S. Army Signal Corps, and before that was actually a part of a Marconi location. And it's down here in Wall Township, New Jersey. And we had a bunch of scouts down here this weekend, and we're having 4 stations up and running. And this building here is known as the Tyros building, and the antenna here is the original antenna that was used for the very first weather satellite called Tyros 1, 1961, and all those operations were done right here. So we had one station inside this building here that was primarily operating off a short G5 RV, and they were running 10 meters yesterday morning, a little bit this morning, and had some really good contacts there. So I think inside here we had an ICOM IC 746, and I think that's still set up in here. We'll take a quick peek inside. Sounds like the rig is still here on the air. So we had a bunch of scouts in here making contacts into Europe and stuff yesterday morning as well. So, and then back outside here, just underneath the big dish, down here in the covered area, I believe we got another ICOM IC 7000 here that was also being used, I think with the buddy pole antenna kind of set up right here. So there's a little buddy pole dipole. And they were operating a couple of different bands here as well. We had about 20 or 25 scouts camping out here last night along the fence on the site, and guys set up a projector and actually had a movie playing on the side of the building here last night for the boys. They're having some fun here this morning. They're just at the breaking camp now, getting things all packed up in their trailer, and we'll take a walk over to another part of the site here down at the closer to where Project Diana was run. And Project Diana was the project that was run during World War II, where they first bounced a radar signal, a radio signal off the moon, and it kind of paved the way for the exploration of space, manned space flight, satellite communications, and things like that. So this is all part of, again, what used to be part of the U.S. Army Signal Corps. So anyway, this building here, actually right where Holger is sitting there, or where the mounts were for the antenna that was used for Project Diana. So we'll take a peek inside and see what we've got going on in there. As I said, most of the scouts have cleared out here by now, but just kind of show you where our operation was here for the Jamboree on the Air event. So take a walk inside. You'll see me holding the camera, reflecting in the window here as we walk inside and take a look at what we have in here. So, but there's one of our volunteers, had a bunch of scouts in here, as George. So this is part of our club station in here. This is more of a display area for, you know, some old radios and things like that, and just things that have been donated, and just kind of a display area for you know, a lot of interesting pieces of equipment. There's a really nice high power amplifier we're going to be putting online in one of our HF stations here, not too distant future. But we've got our workshop back behind that door, the old teletype machine. This is a EME station from the 1960s that is being preserved here, and there's more of a collection of some older equipment here as well. So, but we're really lucky to have this this building here and have it available for our use for the club. We had some kids playing around with ham radio, or with Morse code here, with some of these Morse code practice keys, and, you know, a little table here so they can actually practice their Morse code. Okay, got some of our 2-meter equipment over here. And in this site we've actually got a couple of different rooms. So let's kind of start off walking back here. This is our classroom. Okay, and we had all the scouts came in here and gave a little presentation to the history of this site. It has a very rich history in both in wireless with Marconi Wireless Company, and then with a lot of the research that was done during, over the last 100 years by the U.S. Army Signal Corps. The Navy took over the site during the war, and then it ultimately became part of the U.S. Army Signal Corps. A lot of the fundamental radar research was done on this site and across the street. And in fact, the founder of Tektronix, Howard Follum, before he started Tektronix, worked down here on radar. So pretty interesting site. So we actually have a little fox hunt transmitter and a couple of directional antennas and phased antennas for doing direction finding and fox hunting that we did with the boys. Okay, and this is our radio room 2. We've got a TS-50 over here, and then a Kenwood TS-2000. This station is primarily set up for PSK-31. So go over to radio room 1. We've got some of our other guys in there. So this is radio room 1. Got a couple of our volunteers in here. I'm shooting some video. So say hi, Jeff.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
So this is radio room 1. We've got a TS9 or a FT990 we're using to make contacts with some boys around the world, and a bunch of other things in here that are in the midst of being set up. We're already up and operational. So that was our location here for the Jamboree on the Air, and really great location. And again, thanks to the Ocean Monmouth Amateur Radio Club, or OMARC, as well as the Fort Monmouth Amateur Radio Club. We were on the air with 2 call signs. OMARC's call sign is N2MO, and then the Fort Monmouth Amateur Radio call sign, which we used on all of our phone transmissions, was K2 USA. So if you heard K2 USA on the air, this is where it was coming from. And anyway, thanks for watching.